and gentlemen, today the scene at the Prime Minister's residence at 7 Lok Kalyan Marg was clearly a serene and calming sight for sore eyes. For the last several months, a country that has been ravaged by COVID, knocks that we've been seeing, this was a sight that actually brought some amount of warmth to our hearts. And the Prime Minister's message made it very clear. And one message that said that possibly this could be the new beginning for a Naya Kashmir. When the Prime Minister said, "Ab dil aur Dilli ki दूरी बंद करनी है, कम करनी है और खत्म करनी है." That was the message that the Prime Minister gave to the leaders of 8 political parties, 14 leaders today who gathered at the Prime Minister's residence along with the Home Minister Amit Shah and LG of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Manoj Sinha. And when it comes to Jammu and Kashmir, all parties sat together, spoke their heart out, put their different interpretations of what their vision was for the future. But the best part of this entire meeting was they all sat together, they spoke, they talked about the problems one had with the other's viewpoint. They put it all on the table, because it is only when you sit together, put your problems on the table, that a solution can be found. One of the leaders did remark that this 3.5-hour meeting today came after 689 days since the abrogation of Article 370, which had created a rift between the political ideologies, political positions of different parties in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's listen into Altaf Bukhari, how he started with what he felt about this meeting.
बहुत अच्छे वातावरण में बातचीत हुई है। विस्तार से सब नेताओं ने अपनी अपनी बात रखी है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने, होम मिनिस्टर साहब ने ठीक तरह से सुना। आज कोई ऐसा इमोशनल बात नहीं किसी की तरफ से हुई है। वो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है तो उसमें क्या बात होती, तो बात उठाई। देखिए, दुख तो हुआ 370-35 से जिस तरीके से हटाया गया, दुख तो हुआ, उसकी शिकायत तो जरूर की लोगों ने, लेकिन जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में है उसका तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ही फैसला करेगी।
Well, the Prime Minister did say that this meeting would have been held earlier, but for COVID preventing physical interactions, and virtual interactions clearly could not have found or conveyed the warmth and the openness of mouth. Well, while most netas raised the statehood rag, in fact, the Prime Minister revealed his vision for a Naya Jammu and Kashmir. The Prime Minister, on behalf of the centre, urged the parties to get on board with redrawing of assembly constituencies to enable elections for the first time since Jammu and Kashmir lost its special Article 370 status and begin the democratic process. Sources indicated to us that the Prime Minister made it clear that delimitation tops the agenda and that the centre was willing to look at the statehood issue, but that would come at an appropriate time. In fact, Home Minister Amit Shah even went on to say that this was a promise made on the floor of the parliament, and clearly the government was absolutely bound to that statement and that declaration that had been given on the floor of the House. But the democratic process of delimitation and elections should go ahead nevertheless. Listen in to the reactions of those who attended the meeting.
Did they speak about holding elections, sir?
No, they did. They said that they will first delimitation should take place.
Okay.
After delimitation takes place, delimitation, that process is on. After that, they will take a call.
Elections के बारे में वैसे कुछ डेडलाइन, कुछ टाइमलाइन बताया सर उनको?
नहीं, टाइमलाइन तो नहीं होती ना, वो तो delimitation commission है. That's an independent commission. So government cannot dictate to say that it will be done in 3 weeks or 3 months or 2 months.
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने कहा कि जम्मू कश्मीर में लोकतांत्रिक प्रक्रिया से जुड़े अगले महत्वपूर्ण कदम यानी विधानसभा चुनाव की तरफ हमें मिलकर जाना है। इसके लिए डीलिमिटेशन की प्रक्रिया को तेज़ी से पूरा करना होगा। डीलिमिटेशन की इस प्रक्रिया में सभी की हिस्सेदारी हो, इसको लेकर के बैठक में विस्तार से बातचीत हुई। बैठक में मौजूद सभी दलों ने इस प्रक्रिया में हिस्सा लेने के लिए सहमति जताई है।
While the Prime Minister reiterated his peace and Vikas mantra for Jammu and Kashmir, the Abdullahs harped on the restoration of Article 370, terming the revocation unconstitutional. The Gupkar alliance vowed to fight the legal battle which is still pending in courts. Mehbooba Mufti, of course, took a completely different tangent and once again raised talk to Pakistan pitch that she has several times in the past outside the Prime Minister's residence.
If the whole purpose was to bring Jammu and Kashmir at par with the Union, then separating us by having a separate delimitation only for Jammu and Kashmir defeats the very purpose of 5th August. So you have to decide. If the idea was to bring us at par, then treat us at par. You can't treat us at par in other respects, but where it suits you, then you treat us as a separate entity.
जो जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग इस वक्त कई तरह की मुसीबतें सह रहे हैं, बहुत मुश्किल में है, बहुत तकलीफ में है। जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग 2019 5 अगस्त के बाद गुस्से में है, नाराज है, जज्बाती तौर टूट गए हैं। जिस अनकॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल और इलीगल और इमोरल तरीके से 370 को हटाया गया, ये जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को कबूल नहीं है। उनको कॉम्प्लीमेंट किया, आपने पाकिस्तान से बात की, सीज फायर कराया, बहुत अच्छी बात है। इन्फिल्ट्रेशन कम हुई, बहुत अच्छी बात है। अब अगर जम्मू कश्मीर के लोगों को सुकून मिलता है, आराम मिलता है, उसके लिए अगर आपको पाकिस्तान से फिर बात करनी पड़े।
With the majority of Valley Netas on board, Prime Minister Modi declared that delimitation and polls for Jammu and Kashmir will give impetus to development and progress and future of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Joining me on the News Hour tonight is Nikunj Garg, our internal security editor, who's been keeping a close eye on all the developments inside and outside this meeting at the Prime Minister's residence. Thank you, Nikunj, for joining me. And Nikunj, the fact is the demands were very diverse, from the statehood issue to talks with Pakistan raised by Mehbooba Mufti. But at least it seems like the dialogue process has begun, and delimitation and the democratic process of holding elections in Jammu and Kashmir is the basic issue on the table as the agenda for Naya Kashmir.
Well, absolutely, Navika. I think Kashmir is the most vexed international, national, and an issue of emotions with all the encompassing dimensions of its vexatiousness. All governments, from Pandit Nehru's government to Mr. Narendra Modi's government, have grappled with it. Now, you have to keep in mind that Mr. Modi did not begin by abrogation of Article 370. He abrogated, or his government went in the direction of abrogation of Article 370 after having propped up a government with a party which has been accused of soft separatism in Jammu and Kashmir, that is PDP. So virtually every instrumentality that a democracy makes available to a union government apropos states were first tried by Mr. Modi's government, and then finally they implemented what has been a long-standing promise of the Bharatiya Janata Party. There is nothing hidden about it. It's openly written in their manifesto. They only implemented it. Now, it's a very welcome move that all the stakeholders have accepted that they need to move forward, finding their own little toehold alongside the state government, alongside the Union of India. They have now decided that the democratic process has to be taken forward. It is probably the most heartening move in the last 2 years since the Jammu and Kashmir lost its status as a state and bifurcation of the erstwhile state was done. Now it is enjoined upon each one of the stakeholders, just as they agreed with the Prime Minister and the Home Minister today, that they participate in the Delimitation Commission and take this entire democratic process forward for the betterment of people of J&K.
Absolutely, Nikunj, and that's why that leads me to the legitimate question on the News Hour tonight. Will all political parties unite for Naya Kashmir's new future? Because that's what the people of Jammu and Kashmir expect from their netas. That's the question and the debate. Modi One India message. That's the hashtag and the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me on the debate tonight, Dr. Shambit Patra, National Spokesperson of the BJP, Jamyang Tering Namgyal, he is the Member of Parliament from Ladakh, Abhijit Iyer Mitra, political analyst, Dr. Sameer Kaul, Member of the Jammu and Kashmir National Conference, Mohit Bhan, Spokesperson of the PDP, Pawan Verma, former Member of Parliament and author, Sajjad Tariq, leader of the Congress Party, all joining me. But my first question goes to former Deputy Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir, Mr. Nirmal Singh, who was present in the meeting and joins us here live on the News Hour tonight. Nirmal Singh जी, आज की जो मीटिंग है, बहुत से लोगों का कहना है ये एक नई शुरुआत है और ये सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज का साथ आना एक हिस्टोरिकल मोमेंट है और प्रधानमंत्री ने इसको शुरू भी किया इसी बात से कि दिल और दिल्ली की दूरी अब मिटनी चाहिए। आपको क्या लगता है मीटिंग में जो आज अंदर हुआ उसके बारे में आप क्या कहेंगे? क्योंकि स्टेटहुड की डिमांड वहीं पर है, आर्टिकल 370 रेस्टोरेशन की डिमांड वहीं पर है और टॉक्स विद पाकिस्तान की डिमांड आज फिर दोहराई गई।
सबसे पहले मैं प्रधानमंत्री जी का हम आभार प्रकट करना चाहेंगे कि उन्होंने हमें ये मौका दिया कि हम अपने मन की बात उनके सामने रख सकें। और अच्छी बात ये थी, खुशी की बात ये थी कि जितने भी नेता थे अलग अलग पार्टीज़ के, अलग अलग जो विचारधारा के, उन्होंने अपनी बात बड़े खुल के की और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने बड़े शांत स्वभाव से उसको सुना और लोगों ने अपनी सारी बात रखी। लेकिन कुल मिला के जो वहाँ जो स्पिरिट था, इमोशंस थे, भावनाएं थी और प्रधानमंत्री जी के शब्दों में कि भारत की अखंडता के लिए, यहाँ की लोकतंत्र की बहाली के लिए, जम्मू कश्मीर की तरक्की और तामीर के लिए ये सभी लोग जो हैं उनकी जो है उनके मन से जो बात आई है, यही बेसिक लोकतंत्र की स्पिरिट है। और अटल जी ने जिस इंसानियत की बात की थी उसी के दायरे में उसी प्रकार का स्पिरिट मुझे नज़र आ रहा है। मैं जम्मू कश्मीर के लिए मेरा उसके भावनात्मक जो है मेरा उसका दाता है। एक की भी कोई वहाँ किलिंग होती है तो मुझे बहुत दुख होता है, लेकिन वहाँ शांति हो, वहाँ की डेवलपमेंट हो, इसलिए आपके सहयोग की ज़रूरत है। तो एक जो अपील थी, कुल मिला के हमने देखा कि सारी अपनी बात खुल के करने के बावजूद भी जिस प्रकार का स्पिरिट था और जिस तरीके से प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपनी बात रखी तो बहुत ही एक अच्छा वातावरण था, जो लगता है कि नया जम्मू कश्मीर की तरफ एक बहुत बड़ा कदम है और जम्मू कश्मीर भी बाकी जो प्रदेश है उनकी भांति आगे बढ़ेगा, वहाँ शांति होगी, वहाँ आतंकवाद के ऊपर अंकुश लगेगा। इस प्रकार की बात जो है लोगों की जो है बातचीत से और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो समअप किया है उससे बड़े ध्यान में आती है।
पर निर्मल सिंह जी, गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब ने वहां मुद्दा उठाया कि ये स्टेटहुड कब वापस होगी, क्योंकि ये जिस तरह से स्टेट को बाइफरकेट करके यूनियन टेरिटरीज बनाई गई हैं, ये एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है। इस इशू को जब उठाया तो प्रधानमंत्री जी का क्या रुख था?
देखो जी, प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ये कहा कि देखिए कि ये तो केंद्र सरकार का आश्वासन ही नहीं है। और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जैसा लाल किले से भी ये बात कही थी, गृह मंत्री जी ने दोनों सदनों में अपनी ये बात रखी है, वो तो स्टेटहुड आएगी और जब भी एप्रोप्रिएट टाइम होगा स्टेटहुड आएगी, इस प्रकार की बात आई है। और उनके इस जवाब से लगभग सभी नेता जो थे सेटिस्फाइड ऐसे हैं, वो संतुष्ट हैं। इस प्रकार का वहाँ जो है बात हमारे ध्यान में आई।
और जो इशू है रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370 की, इस पर भी चर्चा हुई, किसी ने रेज किया। अब्दुल्ला साहब ने रेज किया इसे?
हाँ, बिल्कुल उन्होंने अपनी बात रखी, क्योंकि मैंने कहा ये बड़े खुल के बात हुई थी। लेकिन कुल मिला के जम्मू कश्मीर में जो लोकतांत्रिक व्यवस्था है उसको कैसे आगे बढ़ाया जाए, वहाँ डिलिमिटेशन हो, और डिलिमिटेशन जो है उसके बाद वहाँ चुनाव हो, जैसे पंचायती राज को वहाँ इम्प्लीमेंट किया गया है पिछले 1-2 सालों में, और इतनी भारी मात्रा में लोगों ने वोट किया है। ये बताता है कि जम्मू कश्मीर के लोग जो है भारतीय लोकतंत्र में अपना विश्वास व्यक्त किया है, तो उनको वहाँ की असेंबली बने, वहाँ की अपनी जो है लोगों द्वारा चुनी हुई सरकार बने, और उसके द्वारा आगे डेवलपमेंट हो। इस प्रकार की बात जो है लोगों ने भी रखी, और प्रधानमंत्री जी ने भी इस पर मोहर लगाई अपनी बातचीत में जब उन्होंने वो जो है समाप्त किया। तो कुल मिला के इस बात के ऊपर कंसेंसस नजर आया वहाँ।
Well, thank you, Nirmal Singh ji. Thank you for joining us. Let me open up this debate and let me get in Mr. Sameer Kaul in first. Sameer Kaul ji, the real issue is, and why I said that this was really music to everybody's ears, and this site was really a lovely sight for sore eyes, because we've been seeing a lot of struggle, a lot of bad news, a lot of lamenting in the last few months since we've been fighting against COVID. And today all political parties getting together seem to be a very, very important milestone and an important beginning of some sort of integration, not just of pieces of land or boundaries of states, but integration of the hearts. Do you think that process has begun in right earnest, or do you think the lack of trust still remains and a lot more needs to be done, Mr. Kaul?
I cannot disagree with you, Navika, when you say that this was a pleasant sight for our eyes to behold and our hearts to feel and our minds to think, because obviously after many years of jailing people, putting them behind bars and, doing things militarily and with a heavy hand, we've now come to a situation where we are possibly doing the right thing, which is to try and integrate hearts and minds, because we've realized that that is what matters. And we are doing it with love. And you saw how the PAGD responded. You saw how the people's leaders responded. They gave a befitting response. They didn't shy away, because they also took you for your word and said that let's do it because it's a step in the right direction, a positive step. And my heart is as happy as yours is this evening. And we're looking forward to a meaningful, the process has just started. Of course, there are issues pertaining to dignity, issues pertaining to peace, issues pertaining to development, very important issues. And I'm sure they got a chance today. And I'm told, I wasn't there, and the PAGD will confer and their statements will start coming out jointly from tomorrow, possibly. And they've individually already been talking about it once they came out. But people did voice their concerns, and it was very nice for the government of India to lend a nice and a compassionate ear. And that's where it starts. It is a beginning. It's going to be an uphill task. They're going to talk about redrawing of boundaries. People have to develop a consensus on that. But this, we feel, is the right way of solving problems, not locking people.
Well, so do I understand, Sameer Kaul, that when the Election Commission and the committee that is doing the delimitation exercise, which was so far being boycotted by political parties, now they will at least participate in this process? Because I think India's biggest pride is its constitution and its democratic principles. So do we actually now expect and believe that parties like yours will come in and participate in this exercise?
I would say that you're not completely off the mark there, because the National Conference in its last working committee, I can speak for the National Conference, not for the Alliance. They have a different spokesman, and Tariq Amiji is their spokesperson, and you should ask him that. But from the National Conference side, we already started an exercise where this issue was discussed in the last working committee meeting, and a consensus was developed, and the president and the vice president were empowered to rejoin the delimitation process, because there was a resentment that why would we have been singled out when we are trying to unify states and make a central, an SOP, a protocol for the entire country, making every state equal. How come we are being singled out for a different delimitation at a completely different time? So that being the consternation, we have now realized, the people in the meeting decided that yes, but we have to be inside. If we do not agree with certain things that are redrawn or drawn there, but we can at least put it on record. We can record our dissent if required. Maybe let's just hope that we don't need to do that, and we agree with, and everything is pleasant and fair. And if it does, then at least we get an opportunity to express our dissent rather than staying out, and therefore there is a fair chance that the National Conference may rejoin those
words are music to our ears. Those words are music to our ears. नामग्याल साहब, ये जो समीर कौल साहब बात कह रहे हैं कि ये डेमोक्रेटिक प्रोसेस ऑफ डिलिमिटेशन शायद एक पहला कदम है। यहां पर अब मत ये बन रहा है कि शायद ये डायलॉग जो है ये पहले शुरू हुआ होता। प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कोविड की वजह से नहीं हो गया, लेकिन आज जो शुरुआत हुई है, ये शुरुआत कश्मीर के लिए एक नई सुबह की तरह है। उसकी किरणें एकदम तरोताजा हैं, और एक कहा जाता है ना कि हमारे विचार अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, हमारे व्यूज अलग अलग हो सकते हैं, लेकिन हमें जो जोड़ती है वो हमारी सरजमीन है, हमारे हिंदुस्तान की ये मिट्टी है जो हम सबको जोड़ती है, वो चाहे कन्याकुमारी में हो, चाहे वो जम्मू और कश्मीर में हो। तो नामग्याल साहब, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूं कि आज की जो शुरुआत है इसे लद्दाख के लोग कैसे देख रहे हैं, और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस और पीडीपी का आज का जो पार्टिसिपेशन है इसे लद्दाख के लोग कैसे देख रहे हैं?
For state of Kashmir to
I think we have a problem with his audio. But let me get in Dr. Sambit Patra. Dr. Sambit Patra, this is a huge statement and this is a huge breakthrough, if I can say so, even if it has taken a while. August 2019 is when the abrogation happened, and we are in 2021, and we've been through several ups and downs. As Sameer Kaulji recalled, leaders behind bars, jail, all of that. But putting all that behind them, today they are on the same table, almost like a family, sitting, discussing, at least with the intent of sorting out their problems. Dr. Patra, huge breakthrough?
See, Navika, even I would like to welcome the dialogue. And in fact, today has been a happy day. Indeed, something which is quite historic. And I have maintained that this is about the 3 Ds, that is development, democracy and delimitation. So, of course, as far as all-round development of Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, as far as starting the electoral process in democracy is concerned, and as far as the important event of delimitation is concerned, at least there is some kind of consensus that all the stakeholders of Jammu and Kashmir have shown today. And the best part which I loved about this meeting was, despite the fact that many of these political parties, and I mean this with great due respect, until yesterday and till today morning we're talking about Article 370, talk with Pakistan, etc. But the kind of maturity that most of these political parties showed inside the closed door, and even going to the extent of calling the Prime Minister a fatherly figure, guardian of our country, etc., means that, well, yes, Indian democracy is a very mature democracy and it needs to thrive the way it is thriving. As far as the allegation that, in fact, some of these leaders were behind bars and they were arrested after abrogation of Article 370, and today, why this dialogue? I would say this is all about democracy. Remember, in democracy, things need to be done to protect the interests of the country as and when it is required. That time the requirement was in fact to confine some leaders lest some untoward incidences hamper the real democracy of Jammu and Kashmir, and today the requirement of the time was dialogue. And let me conclude by saying that I have heard in reports that the Prime Minister in the beginning of the meeting itself said that I wanted to hold this dialogue in fact a year ago, but because of the prevailing COVID situation it has been deferred till today. And in conclusion, I would also say that remember, as far as these developments are concerned, Jammu and Kashmir has been marred by, in fact, holding the democracy of Jammu Kashmir to hostage by separatists and a variety of issues. This is not an all or none phenomena. You begin a fight, you just do not conclude it in a day or two. In fact, it's an ongoing process, and the ongoing process will conclude, I believe, in a lot of time. But at least a good beginning is something which gives us a reason to smile.
Well, Dr. Pawan Verma, I want to ask you, Pawan Verma ji, the fact is that the whole country went through a delimitation exercise, but Jammu and Kashmir, because it had a separate constitution, special status, did not go through that. There have been demographic changes that have taken place. There have been changes in the way Jammu and Kashmir has grown between the early part of this century and now last 20 years, and that needs to be reflected. The fact that this meeting happened, the fact that parties today, like the National Conference, are coming ahead and talking about participating in the delimitation exercise in order to move towards the democratic process of assembly elections. Do you think we're even realizing that we are part of a historical moment today? Because this could really be the inflection point of what will happen in Jammu and Kashmir in the coming years and decades.
Well, thank you, Navika. I think there is no doubt that we collectively welcome the meeting today. It is the beginning of dialogue. And the most critical thing about today's meeting is the background that preceded it and how we negotiate the path to the future. The background that preceded it has been less pleasant. After August 5, 2019, more or less, Kashmir has been under a complete lockdown. Internet, mobile, landlines suspended. Over 3,800 politicians and activists put in house arrest or jail. Curfews imposed. So it is a not very pleasant memory. पर कहते हैं ना कि दूर आए दुरुस्त आए, देर से आए दुरुस्त आए. Now a beginning has been made. Now what is key? We must understand it. The key is three things. The first is the oft-repeated refrain about abrogation of Article 370. I think that by and large a consensus will form that the matter is before the Supreme Court and it should be decided constitutionally. Secondly, statehood. I think the Prime Minister and the Home Minister could not have given a more categorical assurance that statehood will be restored. Now the third part of this triangle is democracy, holding of election. That's the absolute antidote to suspicion, mistrust and acrimony when issues are brought out into the sunlight under the awning of democracy. Now for that you have to do a delimitation exercise. That has also been made clear. The delimitation exercise, I would urge the government that they do it with utmost transparency, with the maximum participation of those who are going to be affected. You know the last history has not been happy. It was set up, the Delimitation Commission was set up in March 2020. It did not meet for a year. On February 2021, when it met, out of the 5 members, only 2 attended. Both were BJP netas, Jitendra Singh and Jugal Kishore Sharma. Farooq Abdullah, Akbar Lone, Hasnain Masoodi of the National Conference did not attend. Now, already the point has been made by you that there is a feeling of selectively targeting Jammu Kashmir by holding the delimitation exercise. But I do not think that's a valid argument because of the larger interest and goals involved. We have had 3 delimitation exercises in the past also in Jammu and Kashmir. And earlier you could not carry it out because of the fact that a census was not held. Now here is an opportunity. And I would urge the government to ensure that there is not only the participation of the National Conference but other parties as well, and that the timeline of 1 year as given to the Commission as part of its mandate is honored, because the whole thing depends on the trust factor. As we move forward, if trust is restored to some extent, erasing the unpleasant memories of the past and moving on to greater hope for the future, that trust factor on behalf of the government and the way to build it is the key to Kashmir's future.
Well, trust is a two-way street, Mr. Pavan Verma. It's not just, the onus is not just on the government. It will have to be on other stakeholders as well. So I'm coming to you, Dr. Patra, but I want to ask Bhan Saab tonight of the PDP. Bhan Saab, trust की बात की है पवन वर्मा जी ने. ट्रस्ट बनाना एक साइड का तो काम नहीं है. ट्रस्ट तो हमेशा 2 लोगों के बीच होता है, 2 खेमों के बीच होता है, 2 मुख्तलिफ थॉट प्रोसेस के बीच में एक ट्रस्ट लाना जरूरी होता है. तो भान साहब, आप भारत की बात करें, आप कश्मीर की बात करें, तो बात समझ में आती है कि आपकी व्यू पॉइंट अलग होगी. लेकिन जब आप कहते हैं कि टॉक्स विद पाकिस्तान बिकम अ प्रिकर्सर or issue which has to be resolved before what we talk about Jammu and Kashmir, तो ये बात कहां तक जायज है? पाकिस्तान एक दूसरा देश है, एक दूसरा मुल्क है. पहले तो हम अपनी आपस की इश्यूज रिजॉल्व करेंगे, तभी पाकिस्तान पर आएंगे. आज की मीटिंग में पाकिस्तान का मुद्दा उठाने का कोई औचित्य था, कोई बेसिस था?
थैंक यू नाविका जी. देखिए, आज बड़े दिनों के बाद एक बड़े शांतिपूर्वक माहौल में आज बातचीत हो रही है, डिबेट्स में भी, और आज प्रधानमंत्री जी के रेजिडेंस पे भी ये बातचीत हुई. आपने बात की ट्रस्ट की पहले, तो जहाँ तक ट्रस्ट आपने बात की, हाँ मैं बिल्कुल मानता हूँ, ये एक खेमे नहीं, दोनों खेमों की बात है. बोथ द पार्टीज हैव टू वर्क टुवर्ड्स इट, मूव टुवर्ड्स इट, टू बिल्ड द कंसेंसस, टू बिल्ड द ट्रस्ट. एंड लाइक वी सॉ टुडे that how the central government and Prime Minister Narendra Modi extended an invitation to the leaders of Jammu and Kashmir to hold the meeting, and the meeting was attended. It was with warmth responded by the leaders of Jammu and Kashmir, shows that both the parties have moved one step in a direction to build this trust and build the confidence building measures. So that was the first part. Second thing you spoke about was the Pakistan talks with the Pakistan. See, I would once again want to repeat this, not to clarify, because there is nothing to clarify in it. There was talking to Pakistan was never a precursor or a precondition laid. It was a suggestion made, and during the meeting also it came up, and it was discussed, and Prime Minister and Home Minister also gave it a patient hearing. And the efforts of the Indian government in holding the back channel talks, which eventually brought the peace from past 125 days at the LAC, was appreciated. And in the same way said that, okay, if it brings further respite to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, it brings peace to the subcontinent, it is a step which should be taken in that direction. So it was not a precondition. Had it been a precondition, we would not have attended. So it was not a precondition at all. It was a suggestion, and these talks are already happening from past 8-10 months, and we have seen the result of it in terms of the ceasefire at the LAC, and further talks are happening, like in Doha, our NSA, or today he was in Tajikistan to hold the talks. So there is nothing, there was no preconditions. And I I must appreciate, there were a lot of speculations that whether the people from Jammu and Kashmir, the leader from the Jammu and Kashmir, will be, allowed to talk freely. It is a great thing that they were not stopped or they were not restricted to speak on certain topics. They were allowed to speak their heart out, and what the people on ground from all the sections of the society and all the regions of Jammu and Kashmir, Chenab Valley, Kargil, and Pir Panjal feel, and those leaders expressed it to the Prime Minister, Home Minister, and all the attendees there, and a patient hearing was given. And although one more thing I want to add and appreciate is what there were a lot of disagreements and displeasure about certain people or certain section of society is not being invited for the talks, but those who were missing on the talks, like like you would say the representation of Kashmiri Pandits or certain section of the society, unanimously the return and rehabilitation of Kashmiri Pandits was demanded from all the parties, and a unanimous consensus was made, and the Kargil Council is also being invited for there. So it is a good move, and it is everybody is appreciating. So I am no exception to reject it. Everybody has unanimously attended with very warm hearts, and are open in future also, and are looking forward to the future that this dialogue will reach will reach its conclusion.
That is really heartening to hear. But Abhijit Iyer Mitra, as an observer, as an analyst, how would you see the developments of today? Because we have the PDP, which is appreciating the moves and the kind of patient hearing that the Prime Minister gave, and allowed everybody to speak their heart out. Now, that is the PDP appreciating the Prime Minister, and we all remember the PDP and the BJP's divorce as being extremely acrimonious. Today, if the National Conference is speaking that this is the beginning of trust building, if it is the PDP speaking about beginning of trust building, if it is somebody who, like Pawan Verma, who knows Jammu and Kashmir, the issues of this place, and a very, very intent observer of the region, he says building of trust is really the key to this entire process. Abhijit Iyer Mitra, do you see the seeds of this move really taking forward and building the tree of trust that is being expressed right here, even at a time when it is being said that even talking to Pakistan will not be a precondition? That was not made a precondition.
So, Navika, there are two things that emerge from, right? There's a positive and a few things that give us cause for worry. The first is the positive. Look, these people, the Gupkar Alliance, they won the DGC elections recently quite handsomely. So, you always keep channels of communications open in a democracy, irrespective of what these people say or what they believe. And that's a very good thing. However, there is a second part to this that we need to recognize. Between two members of the Gupkar Alliance, the PDP and the NC, they have consistently in government taken steps that have derided and weakened the internal security position of our troops and our administration in Kashmir. So, trust, like you said, Navika, is a two-way street. I am not seeing anything in their actions that engenders trust, or the fact that they say, very sweet things here and then pretty nasty things at other avenues, number two. Number three, for them to change their behavior, you need a deconfliction of the economy of Kashmir, and that still has not happened. So these two parties are fundamentally invested in conflict. And this is why I fear a return of statehood. See, the difference between a union territory and statehood, the most important one is the law and order being given back to the state government, which in a union territory lies with the central government. Now, with these two parties giving them any kind of semblance of law and order back, given their past, which is a compound litany of missteps, mind you, it's an extraordinarily dangerous thing to do. And the problem is they tend to bring conflict in even where there is no conflict. Let me give you a simple example. The Rehbar-e-Talim scheme was brought in to bring in school teachers and things like that. What they did was stuff it with Jamaat-e-Islami folks, which are essentially the political side of the Hizbul Mujahideen, and both the NC and the PDP did this.
Well,
so I'm not buying these.
I
the
know what you're
catharsis that
saying,
these parties are.
Abhijit Iyer Mitra. I don't disagree that we all have become a little cynical about how things will happen, and we are not all rosy-eyed, and we expect this to be the beginning of a honeymoon. No, absolutely not. But hands going up, Mohit Bhan as well as Dr. Kaul raising their hands. Mohit Bhan. You disagreed with Abhijit Iyer Mitra. There are issues. But the first issue is, in Delhi, you may speak a different language. When you go back to Kashmir, you will address your constituency and speak a completely different language. Are we going to see reverting to that kind of a formula once again, Mohit Bhan?
See, Navika, I do disagree. Yes, I immediately raised my hand. Trying to fuel fire again and create a divide in the society is not the need of the moment. This talk that it happened in the first place after 2 years is the realization that democracy cannot be run through intimidation and through putting leaders in the jail, and that's how these talks have begun. And now you're saying that Rehbar-e-Talim, Rehbar-e-Khel or Rehbar-e-Ziraat, all these things were used to fuel separatist angle or to spread terrorism is absolutely bizarre and baseless. Had that been the case, there was ample power with the center, and there was the ample majority with the center to prosecute or put those leaders behind who have been involved in this, and we have seen nothing happening in this. So please, for heaven's sake, at least for a single night, don't try to paint this picture and divide people once again and fuel the fire. Don't become a conflict merchant on a day when everybody has come together to bring peace and restore the dignity and rights of the people. So that is my humble request to you, Abhijit. You can keep this conflict merchant business.
I couldn't agree more with you. I couldn't agree more with you. I couldn't agree more with you. But Abhijit Iyer, I'm coming to you. I'm coming back to you, Abhijit. But Tariq Sahab, मैं आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि स्टेटहुड का मुद्दा उठाया गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब.
Just 10 seconds, Navika. You said.
बोलिए भान साहब. आज आप अच्छी बातें कह रहे हैं तो बोलिए.
जस्ट 10 सेकेंड. जी, आपने नहीं, हम हमेशा से अच्छी बातें कर रहे थे, तभी आज ये माहौल भी बना कि हम बातचीत के दौर पे आए. हमने हमेशा डेमोक्रेसी की बात की, हमने हमेशा अपने राइट्स की बात की, डेमोक्रेटिकली लड़ने की बात की, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनली लड़ने की बात की. कभी वो बातें बुरी लगी, आज वही बातें अच्छी लगने लग गई. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. हाँ, आपने ये बात बोला कि आप दिल्ली में आज एक बात करेंगे, कश्मीर जाके बात करेंगे. हमें जो बात कश्मीर में करनी थी या कर रहे थे, वही बात आज हमने प्रधानमंत्री के घर में भी की और उनके घर के बाहर भी की. सो देयर आर नो टू स्टैंड्स, देयर इज नो एम्बिग्यूटी अबाउट इट. Whatever we have said in Delhi, whatever we have said from the residents inside the
all right, let's hope for the best. But Tariq Saab, statehood की बात गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब ने कहा, और गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब को प्रधानमंत्री ने और गृह मंत्री ने दोनों ने ये अश्योरेंस दिया कि स्टेटहुड एक वादा है जो पार्लियामेंट में किया गया था और ये होगा. क्या इसके बाद कांग्रेस पार्टी, एटलीस्ट कांग्रेस पार्टी ये चाहेगी कि डेमोक्रेसी, इलेक्शंस और खुशहाली, डेवलपमेंट वापस लौटे जम्मू और कश्मीर में? और क्या आज की जो ये मीटिंग है, इसके बाद प्रधानमंत्री के पहल के बाद ये प्रोसेस जम्मू और कश्मीर में डेवलपमेंट लाएगा, लोगों के लिए खुशहाली लाएगा?
इट्स अ वेलकम स्टेप, आई विल टेल यू. और कांग्रेस क्यों नहीं चाहेगी? देखिए, कांग्रेस ने, गुलाम नबी आजाद साहब ने, ही गिव 5 पॉइंट्स जिसमें डिलिमिटेशन था, स्टेटहुड है, और रिहैबिलिटेशन ऑफ कश्मीरी पंडित्स है, देन डोमिसाइल ऑफ 370 यू कैन से, एंड जॉब सिक्योरिटी फॉर द यूथ. सो कांग्रेस तो हमेशा बातचीत में बिलीव करती है. और मैं आपको एक बात कहना चाहूंगा कि देर आए दुरुस्त आए. और एक किसी शायर ने बहुत खूब कहा कि रोज बातें किया करो हमसे, मिलने जुलने से बात बढ़ती है. सो इट्स अ वेलकम स्टेप बाय द सेंटर. गोया ये 1.5 साल के बाद हुआ या 2 साल के बाद हुआ. और मैं आपको एक और बात बताऊं, before abrogation of Article 370, if some people, some political leaders, if they would have been taken into confidence, तो शायद ये हालत नहीं होती कि 8 महीने के लिए इंटरनेट बंद होता। अब मैं आपको एक बात बताता हूँ, सपोज द प्लेस वेयर आई एम सिटिंग, दिस इज रजौरी, और जिस कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी में मैं बैठा हूं, यहां से 10 किलोमीटर्स अवे इज LOC। सो वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस कि एक बयान जो सेंटर से गलत होता है किसी भी लहजे में, वो यहां पे हजारों लोगों के ऊपर तशद्दुद हो जाता है। पाकिस्तान स्टार्ट्स शेलिंग, इट वाज अ वेलकम स्टेप बाय द प्राइम मिनिस्टर की अब ये शेलिंग बंद है, बिकॉज दिल्ली में या और कहीं जगह पे हम सिर्फ खबरों में सुनते हैं। हियर वी फील, वी गो इन द फील्ड, किसी की बाजू नहीं होती, किसी का हाथ नहीं होता। आखिर इंसान को रहने के लिए अमन, चैन और सुकून चाहिए, जो बहुत जरूरी है। एंड फ्रॉम लास्ट दिस 1.5 year, the trust deficit which has developed, with today's meeting.
Dr. Patra, again and again, the issue that comes up is, could you have taken political parties on board? Could you have even taken a decision if everybody was on board before? दिल्ली में ही पटाखे चल जाते, डिफरेंट टाइप्स के, और मैं पटाखे कह रही हूँ, बड़े लफ्ज नहीं यूज कर रही, तो आप क्या एब्रोगेशन ऑफ 370 लोगों को बताकर कर सकते थे? और दूसरी बात जो कही सबने, वो ये कही कि आप जब इंटरनेट काट देते हैं, आप जब बड़े लीडर्स को हाउस अरेस्ट कर देते हैं या जेल में डाल देते हैं, तो ये ट्रस्ट बिल्डिंग और कॉन्फिडेंस बिल्डिंग का तो कोई मैसेज नहीं है। डॉक्टर पात्रा, रिस्पॉन्ड टू दीज मिसगिविंग्स।
See, Navika, since Navika, I mean, this phrase "der ay durust ay" has been used twice or thrice in this debate. Let me first come to this "der ay durust ay." ये तो देखने का नजरिया है। I believe first "der ay durust ay," the durust part, durust 1.0 applies to Article 370's abrogation in August 2019. ये तो नजरिया है। I mean, whether you consider discrimination against women, whether you consider discrimination against Dalits, whether you consider discrimination against the minorities in Jammu and Kashmir as something which should not be done away with, by in fact doing away with the provision which was transient and temporary, and rightly so. So I believe der ay magar durust ay 1.0 was abrogation of Article 370. And of course, without der, durust 2.0 is the dialogue that we are discussing today. So of course this is durust, not der. The third most important thing that Mr. Pawan said today was unpleasant memories, internet not being there, certain people put behind bar. Well, I told those were compulsions of the timing. Otherwise, remember the dialogues where certain leaders have said, in fact, we would be bringing back Article 370 with the help of China. Some leaders said that, well, खून की नदियां बह जाएंगी. Some leaders said that there would be no one to uphold the integrity of the tricolor of India, in fact. So when you have these chorus in the background, of course, certain steps, protective steps need to be taken. Number one, what is trust? Trust is when you provide 28,400 crore rupees for the industrial scheme. Trust is when after 32 long years you have the Panchayati Raj system all geared up and working in the right direction, and 12,000 crore rupees sanctioned for the Panchayati Raj. Trust is when you have the vaccine jab delivered to your home, and this is such a pleasant thing that we are seeing today in Jammu and Kashmir. Trust is when after abrogation of Article 370 we have the budget doubled, 5,000 crores to almost 12,000 crore today. Trust is not having talk with Pakistan. Trust is not reinstigating Article 370. That is separatism. So we have to distinguish between trust and separatism, and I firmly believe all the political parties will follow this.
Absolutely valid points. बार कड़वी बातें दोहराने से शायद हम कड़वाहट वापस लाएंगे और उससे कुछ हासिल नहीं होगा। लेकिन समीर कौल, आज जो शुरुआत हुई है, आज जो एक हमने नया सवेरा देखा है, क्या हम इसको आगे ले जा सकते हैं? कैन वी पुट द पास्ट बिहाइंड अस? समीर कौल,
क्या हम लोग आज खुश हैं कि ये कदम लिया गया? द आंसर इज यस। क्या जो पिछले सालों का रिप्रेशन, चाहे वो इंटरनेट ब्लॉकेड हो या लॉकिंग अप अनडेमोक्रेटिकली democratic leaders behind bars, was it true? The answer is that also was true. सवाल सिर्फ ये है कि उम्मीद पे सारी दुनिया मबनी है, लेकिन हमें ऑनेस्टी भी रहनी है। ऑनेस्टी ये भी है कि आज की डेट में हम लोग 2-3 साल से हालात जितने अच्छे हम बताना चाहते हैं वो आपको भी मालूम है और हमें भी मालूम है कि उतने अच्छे नहीं हैं। क्या हमें उम्मीद है कि हम मिलके ये हालात बेटर कर सकेंगे? हाँ, अगर हम एक दूसरे को ट्रस्ट।
पुराना एक गाना था जो मुझे याद आ रहा है इस वक्त, समीर कौल जी, यू नो वील हैव टू फॉरगेट ऑल दिस। पवन वर्मा जी, आप
I just have one.
Okay, complete your point.
एक मेरा खदशा आपको जरूर सुनना पड़ेगा। खदशा ये है कि I hope there is honesty in these talks and it is not just a spectacle for international and domestic consumption. और हमें शक क्यों ना हो?
Well said, Sameer Kaul. Well said, Sameer Kaul. पवन वर्मा, आई नो गालिब, गुलजार, हर चीज आपको बहुत अच्छी तरह याद है। आई हैड 30 सेकेंड्स। आज की जो एक नई सुबह है, इसको आप एक शेर में कैसे बोलेंगे?
बड़ा मुश्किल, आपने और कुछ सवाल पूछी तो मैं कह भी देती है, पर मैं समझता हूं कि उम्मीद सबसे बड़ी चीज है और हम कहते हैं कि इस उम्मीद पर ही दुनिया कायम है। तो मुझे सहल हो गई मंजिलें, वो हवा के रुख भी बदल गए, तेरा हाथ में आ गया कि चिराग राह में जल गए। इस उम्मीद पर आगे चले।
Well, thank you very much to all my guests for joining me on the News Hour tonight. And as I wrap up the News Hour, I want to just focus on one picture from this evening. And this picture, ladies and gentlemen, is the picture that actually tells us what binds us together. वो जो झंडे हैं, वो झंडे नहीं, वो तिरंगा है। एक तिरंगा, एक सरजमी भारत जो हमें जोड़ती है कश्मीर से कन्याकुमारी तक। नो डिफरेंट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशंस, नो डिफरेंट फ्लैग्स, वन तिरंगा फ्रॉम कश्मीर, जन्नत जमीन पर, right up to Kanyakumari. And we hope that is the new beginning we are seeing today with this all-party meeting. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me on the News Hour. Taking a short break. More news on the other side.
The News Hour at 9 will be right back after the break.